Well, that is my legacy. But here is why 2019 was the worst year of my life. Well, it started off as in February. I have this dog that I really loved, and I literally just made a video about this, but it did not, it stopped working as I was trying to post it. I was literally crying in it and telling the story, so I'm just gonna retell the story. Hopefully this is on YouTube, and hopefully you can comment below. But the reason why 2019 was the worst year of my life is because I had this dog and I really loved her. Her name is Nickey, Nickey, and we've been had her since we were little. Right now I'm 15, about to be 16 in like 6 or 7 months. It's July 15th is my birthday, and I remember this day. I was going to a party because my mom wanted me to get out the house because I was going to get surgery the next day. So we came home a little bit after because my knee was bothering me and I was in pain. So as we got home, we were getting ready for bed. I tucked my dog in. I treat her like my own daughter because she is my daughter. I tucked her in, gave her a kiss. I said I love you, and then I went to sleep. I remember the next day, my mom came to wake her up, and I didn't hear her go downstairs because she was going to let her out to do her business in the backyard, and I didn't hear her go down the steps, so I knew something was up. I got up. I pretended that I had to use the bathroom to see what was going on, and I actually did have to use the bathroom too, but I checked for her after I was done, and I couldn't find her. So I knew something was up, and then I asked my mom where was she, and my mom told me that she'll talk to me about it in the morning. I have to turn it off. I was burning my leg, but she said she'll talk to me about it in the morning, and I immediately knew what it was. No, she said she was going to talk to me about it later, not in the morning, because it was already the morning. And, I said, let me guess, she died. And my mom nodded. So I casually walked up to my room. I sat on my bed, and I started sobbing. And then my mom came upstairs, and she pulled me into a hug, and I cried. I cried in her arms. I remember I fell asleep crying. I woke up crying the next day, even though I was getting surgery. I cried in the car on the way to the hospital. I cried a little bit after my surgery as I was home. I cried pretty much every day because I was depressed, I was broken. And I remember that when I came upstairs to get some stuff because I was sleeping in my brother's room because I couldn't do much. I live in the attic, so it would be hard for me to go up and down the steps with a leg brace. I remember I came upstairs, I looked around my room. I just stood there and looked around my room, and I saw her cage, I saw her food and water, I saw her toys, her blankets. I saw the blankets that she was lying in, and I immediately started crying. And I feel like I'm gonna cry right now because every time I talk about it, I cry. Every time I see pictures, I cry. Every time I see videos of her, I cry. When I was talking about this part in the video I was about to post, I started sobbing. But I really miss her. I I remember that when we had the puppies, they weren't her puppies. We got them from another person. We basically adopted them, and then we named them ourselves. I remember the day we got them. My mom called us to the room. We sat down. My dad left and came back with 2 puppies, and it was the best day ever. She got along with them very well. She treated them like her kids. She was very protective of them. My mom took a picture of her laying next to them. She literally dragged the blanket, made it into a bed, and laid there right next to the cage while they were sleeping. They play around a lot. They got along very well, and it was very weird because we didn't think she would get along with other animals, and she did. But I remember that the day from surgery, my neighbors came home. I went downstairs to say hi, and I told her that my dog passed away. Well, they were all familiar with her. They all loved her. And I remember I was smiling when I said that. And it's because I always told myself to smile even if you're not happy. And I don't know why I smiled. I just smiled even though I wasn't happy. I was just smiling through the pains. Basically what I felt like. I remember I couldn't be near animals for a while. I felt broken. Even near my own puppies, I felt like I couldn't be near them without bursting into tears. But then after a while, I got used to it, and I treat them like my kids now, too. I've been treating them like my kids. But I show them more love because I know they probably won't be here long either. The thing is, we didn't think that she would pass away so fast. We knew she would pass away because she was an old dog, but we didn't think that she would pass away, like, as soon as possible. I just miss her so much. I remember this one time when she ran up the block. She ran out the house and ran up the block, and I'm not supposed to cross streets by myself back then. And I chased her up the hill because I don't want to leave her. I don't want to let her go. I'm not going to do that. My mom yelled at me, but I just kept running because I'm not going to let her roam around. I'm going to go get her. Good thing is she was sniffing a stranger or something like that. So I ran up to him. I told him before I crossed the street, I told him to, like, hold her. And I went up to her, I grabbed her, and then went back into the house. That was the most scariest moment of my life. I felt like I was gonna lose her. That was always the scariest thing I didn't want to go through. But, I remember that I would cry myself to sleep every single day. I remember, hold on. Okay, I'm back. I remember that a couple of days after she passed, we had pizza. And usually when we have pizza and we don't eat the crust, we give it to her. I remember I called her and she never came, and then I remembered that she passed away, and I would get sad. I remember the time I was upstairs laying in my bed just on my phone in the dark, and I heard it sounded like someone was walking in my room, and I knew it was her. I remember when I heard her bark when I was in my brother's room. I felt like I heard her bark. I remember that I would always pray for her. every night because I really missed her. I feel like I would be talking to her even though she probably couldn't talk back because she's a dog. But she meant a lot to me. She was like my daughter. I remember I used to dress her up. I used to play doctor with her. I remember this one time, and I have a picture that maybe I'll put into a video. I remember this one time I fell asleep with her, and someone took a picture. I don't remember who. I think it was my mom or my brother, someone. They took a picture of me sleeping with her. I just wish I got to see her again. I wish I get to see her again. I wish I got to kiss her one last time. I wish I got to tell her I loved her one last time. Even though I did, but I wanted to give her a hug and a kiss the day that she died. I didn't think she would die that day, and she did. Like, she meant the world to me. She meant the world to all of us, and when she passed away, we were all broken. Mainly me. I was more broken. Everyone loved her. She was such a calm dog. She used to be playful, but as she started getting old, she wasn't like that anymore. She was just relaxing and calm. People used to pick on her because she had this little tooth sticking out, but I loved her. It's just sad when you don't get to remember how she was when she was there. And it's scary because you don't want to forget that. You don't want to forget the memories you had with her. And yesterday I was going through some things, fixing my room, and I found one of her blankets, and it still smelled like her. So it's on my dresser right now. I want to hang it on my wall so I don't lose it, but I don't want to do that. But I don't know if I said that. I don't know if I said this right now, but my puppies now sleep in the cage that she slept in, and they now eat and drink out of the same thing ate and drink out of. I remember today when my dad was putting in my new stereo because my other one wasn't working, so we had to take it back and get a new one. I remember I found the blanket, and it was today. I found the blanket. No, it was yesterday, and I showed my dad, and I was like, "This is Nikki's blanket." And then, as I said, Nikki, one of the puppies looked at me with their ears up, and I just wanted to break down. Because I feel like they probably don't remember her, and I want them to remember her. But one day I want to get another dog. When I'm ready, I want to get another dog that maybe will be protective of them too. If you made it this far, comment below at a time. I don't know what else to say right now. And I'm sorry I started crying during this video. I always cry when I talk about this, or see pictures or videos of her. Or if I'm just writing to a friend about her, I just start breaking down. But I've been going through a lot lately with my knee surgery, which it's basically already healed, but I still have the scar and it annoys me. With the loss of my dog, with people treating me badly, not my family, they're doing great, I'm talking about friends-wise, talking about me behind my back, making jokes with someone that's about me, going along with it. That's just not what friends would do. And then lying about certain things. I can't, I knew them for 2 years and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of feeling like that with everyone. I remember I had a couple people I was friends with that got mad at me for no reason and blocked me. Or just started being rude and I blocked them. And then, yeah, it's just you have no right to be rude to me when I, like, give you guys respect or show you respect or be kind to you when you can't do that for me. So if I'm going to yell at you, you're going to be okay with that? No, I don't think so. Anyways, if you made it this far, comment below. Rest in peace, Nikki. Nickey is how you spell her name. She died February 17th, and my surgery was February 18th. I will never forget her. I love her so much. I remember people would say that she's in a better place, and I would get mad and say no, she's not, because the better place is here with us. And they'd be like, oh, well, she was hurting, so it's good she's in a better place. And I'm like, but I'm hurting now, you know? I mean, it's good she's in a better place because she's not hurting anymore. I remember when I would go to pick her up, she was in so much pain that she would bite me, and I wouldn't get mad at her. Because how can I? She's in pain. I can't get mad at her for that. And it hurt me because she had, basically, I guess she had cancer, so there was this thing growing on her stomach, and it would get bigger and bigger and more painful. More painfuler. And the more painfuler it got, the more lazy and weak and hurt she got. I just wish God didn't take her from me because she meant a lot to me. I loved waking up to her. I loved when she was next to me. I loved letting her out. I love how when I came home she would jump on me. I love her doing the army crawl. I love her giving me a hug when you say hug. I love how she would sit when you say sit. I love how she would come to you when you're crying. I love how much of a positive effect she had on me. And I love her. She basically lived with us probably a little bit after we moved into this house. We've been here for like 5 years or something like that. And, you know, and it hurt me because we were going to move and I did not want to leave because this is where she died. And I did not want to start another life in another house. I wanted to stay here. Anyways, this is why 2019 was the worst for me. Not only that, many famous rappers passed away. Many that I liked and many that made me happy when I was sad, such as Jahseh Dwayne Onfroy, also known as XXXTentacion, and Jared Anthony Higgins, such as Juice WRLD. Now, X passed away in 2018, but they're my two favorite rappers, always put a smile to my face, and always had me hyper. So rest in peace to them too. And rest in peace to my dog. I love her so much. I love them all so much. I never experienced losing a dog or an animal, so it really hurt me. Really stabbed me in the heart. But anyways, I love you guys so much. I'm going to try and post soon. I know I keep saying that and I don't. It's because I feel like I've been posting so much in my life that I need to take a break, and do my own thing and relax, because I feel like I don't have time to relax because I'm always like in a rush to put a video out for everyone because it just needs to be out for you guys. And I don't want to feel like that. I want to feel like I have time to do it. No rushing, no nothing. So I will post when I want to, which will be soon. I feel like it's going to be soon. I'm going to try my best. It's just everything I'm going through, everything I went through that some I didn't even say in this video that I went through because I just don't want to talk about it. Or it's just not meant to be said. But, when she died, I felt like I didn't want to be alive anymore. I felt like my heart broke into pieces. I felt like someone shot me in the heart, stabbed me in the heart, or my heart shattered into millions of pieces. I just was hurt. There's a video I posted back in February of me crying, and I said that it's just not the day for us all. That's because she passed away, and I wasn't happy. I remember when we went to go wake my brother up, I was screaming and crying, and then I told him that she passed away. I remember that earlier that day, he was hiding in my room crying. You know, never really seen him cry like that, but he cried. The thing is, I'm more hurt. I feel like I'm more hurt than everyone else, even though they had their tears, because I would cry over it a lot, and I couldn't help it. I just cry like I did in this video. But all I can say is I love her. Rest in peace. Wish she wasn't gone, but it's just how it works, I guess. And that Phoenix and Baxter misses her. I miss her. My mom and dad and brother misses her. Everyone that knew her and loved her misses her. More of me. I feel like more of me. Because she's my daughter. Anyways, subscribe. Tell everyone to subscribe. I really need to hit 100K so I can go live and interact with you guys. So please do that. I'm begging you. Comment below, rest in peace, Nikki, Nickey. And yeah, subscribe. And I love you guys, I guess. Well, not I guess, I love you guys, of course. These all mean the world to me because you guys make me smile. When I read you guys' comments, it makes me happy because I don't get comments like that, you know? I'm used to getting hate comments. So, all this positivity really means a lot to me. But I should really get going because it's about to be 2 in the morning. And just wanted to get this out. And that's why 2019 was the worst for me.